I think we can all agree that this thing looks absolutely sick. Hello everyone, I'm Em. Welcome back to TechBlock. Today, Asus reached out and sent over an RGB gaming router. Of course, there's an RGB gaming router. This is just what we needed, guys, just what we needed. This is the ROG Rapture GT-AC2900 dual band gaming router that of course supports Asus Aura RGB, NVIDIA GeForce Now recommended, all this lovely stuff here. We're going to be unboxing it today, taking a look at it, setting it up, taking a look at the RGB lighting effects, of course, running a few speed tests. It's going to be a good time. Let's open this up. I'm guessing from the side. How are we going to do this? All right, will this just slide out? All right, we are straight away greeted with an installation guide. You can wall mount this thing. Then we have a little advertisement here for the WT Fast service. This will pretty much just like stabilize your ping a lot more, reduce your ping in general, make your whole gaming experience seem a lot smoother, hopefully. So there's that. And then finally, we got a VIP member warranty notice, lovely stuff. Then inside here, of course, the router itself, packaged very nicely here. Comes with a manual, of course, and then the included stand. What do we have here? We have 3 antennas, very nice. We have an Asus power adapter, quite slim one actually. I'm a fan, looks quite nice. Power cable comes with a nice Velcro cable tie too. Helps with cable management, of course. So this is going to be plugging into the router. Apart from this, we get an Ethernet cable. I'm guessing Cat5e. Let's see what they give you. Yeah, so just a simple black Cat5e Ethernet cable, lovely stuff. And then let's unbox the stand right here. Take a look at this guy, looks pretty nice. Like matte plastic finish, feels pretty good. Then we have this quick start guide here as well. This will probably tell you literally everything you want to know about your router, and we'll take a look at the rear I/O in just a moment as well. Look at the thickness of these antennas that they give you. These are insane, and they actually have quite a bit of weight to them. Like they feel absolutely amazing. So these are the antennas, and then finally, the last bit we have is the ROG router itself. I actually can't wait until we turn this thing on, because oh my god, I bet this is actually going to look amazing. Like, just look at it. All of this is going to be lighting up, the ROG logo. Damn, dude. And this is probably going to have like some, you know, nice colorful effects too. Like, I can't believe there's an RGB router already. Like, my god. Taking a look at the back of this router, we have 4 gigabit Ethernet ports and the actual internet port here, USB 3.0 for, let's say, like an external drive. And then we have a USB 2.0 port here as well. A power button, the actual power in port there as well. We got a WPS button here, Wi-Fi reset, followed by LED toggle, and I'm guessing another button here. That's an ROG button. We'll find out what all these things do in just a moment. Popping this router onto its stand is also like extremely easy. Just line that up, boom, it's on. And then we can go ahead and screw in these lovely antennas into this as well. So there's one, nice and easy. There's another one. And the final antenna as well. Boom. Right, I'll plug in the Ethernet port as well as power right here. Let's turn this thing on, yeah? Oh! Damn, dude, look at this. I think we can all agree that this thing looks absolutely sick, right? Like, look at it. It's doing wave effects and all. Like, you know, these aren't no basic LED lighting effects. Nah, clearly Asus went all out with the RGB here. Like, holy crap, man. This thing looks amazing. And to be honest, this is definitely something I needed in my life, right? So, Asus, thank you very much for sending this over. My God. And they even have the internet symbol there. That's going to light up. We have 2.4 gigahertz band, the 5 gigahertz band there as well, all with RGB LEDs lighting up. Brilliant implementation. We have the ROG logo on the side there too, that's also lighting up. Now, what does this actually do? I'm gonna press it a few times. Not sure the ROG, oh my lord. I'll tell you what, the controls on this router to control the RGB lighting effects are really good. There's an LED button that once you press that one, it'll straight away turn the LEDs off, and once you press it again, it's going to turn them back on. Works very well. Then just below the LED button, there is the ROG button, which of course changes the RGB lighting effects, because that is what you need on your RGB gaming router. A button dedicated to giving you different lighting effects. Brilliant stuff here. So there's this pulse wave LED lighting effect, which looks sick. And I think it would look even sicker if I turned off the lights and the softboxes here to kind of make the room a little bit darker. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, so a little bit darker environment. to show off the wonderful RGB lighting effects of this router. Alright, so there's this pulse wave lighting effect. Looks pretty sick. If you press the button again, it's going to go over to the next one, which is, I'm guessing, just like a flashing red lighting effect. Pretty cool. And the ROG logo is also RGB and does change color. This lighting effect I really did like, as it's kind of like a pulse wave, but it's also like an RGB wave effect. It just looks sick, man. And every couple of seconds, this pulse wave shoots by. It just looks very nice in general. If we press the button again, what shall we get next? Is this like a spectrum cycle? I believe it is. So we get like a nice color cycling mode throughout the entire router. Press it again, and we get like this flashing red effect. Looks pretty nice in general. Then we have a simple breathing effect. It's going to breathe in and out of a bunch of different colors for you. If we press it again, what shall we get next? Then we have this static RGB effect. So this part's kind of like purple, blue, then it kind of fades into a green effect. It looks pretty nice. And finally, we're back to the RGB madness one, where it's just constantly doing a wave effect of RGB. It's just brilliant, man. 10 out of 10 RGB implementation on a gaming router. I approve. TechBlock approves this. Does it have RGB? Absolutely. More than enough. This is sick. Very good lighting effects. I'm a fan. Now, as much as I'd love to sit here for hours and just look at the RGB lighting effects, we do have to actually test the router in some kind of way. So I'm going to plug it into two different ISPs, the BT ISP in the same location where my current router is, and I'm going to run a speed test between the Netgear Orbi system and this, see how this compares in terms of ping, latency and stuff. And then we're going to do the same, but with the EE broadband and see how that one does too. So should be a pretty good time. And yeah, without further ado, let's run the initial speed tests with the current routers that we have. Then we'll properly set this one up and run a few more speed tests using this guy on both the ISPs and see if the results are better, worse. We'll find out. This is just the beginning. Look at it, dude. It's the best. This is just what we needed, man. Okay, the internet light is now on, so that's good. All right, so this is gonna be the speed test to beat. We got 12 ping, pretty decent for this configuration here. This upload speed though, my God. Right, so this is one speed test result using the Netgear Orbi Wi-Fi mesh system, but it's not really fair comparing this router against like a Wi-Fi mesh system. So if I go ahead and turn off the Orbi satellite, which is literally behind that monitor there, this is probably going to yield us a very different result when it comes to internet. So we're still on Netgear Orbi, but instead of running the speed test via this satellite right here, we're running it from the exact same location where the ASUS router is to hopefully, somewhat maintain consistent results here. Now, the speeds will probably be a little bit lower. If they're not, that's great, but chances are they're going to drop a little bit as okay, they somehow got better. We got 11 millisecond ping. This is not what's expected at all. The speeds are meant to get worse. Somehow we're getting better results by removing the satellite that's right next to us. Not bad though, not bad. Well, the upload speed's terrible, but the rest is fine. Yeah, that's really quite surprising. I really did think that would, make the speeds worse, but I guess not. Anyway, the ASUS router finally has been found via Wi-Fi. ASUS 20 it's called, and I've just connected. I think we have to go on a website and actually configure the router first. Router.asus.com is the one we need. Router.asus.com. Welcome to the GT-AC2900. Very nice. Create a new network, advanced settings. Let's just press on create a new network. Okay, so it allows us to set our own password and our own network ID, both for the 2.4 gigahertz network and the 5 gigahertz network as well. You can set separate passwords for them. Right, so for the SSID, I've chosen very appropriate names. We have the ASUS RGB underscore 2.4G, followed by the ASUS RGB underscore 5G. So yeah, that's going to be the SSID name with a password and all. And oh my God, this can be the boost key. Bind one of the following functions to your boost key. Press the boost key to enable or disable the boost function. So I see. Okay, so by default, it is set to the Aura Shuffle, aka you can change lighting effects on the fly with just a press of a button. aka the ROG button just below the LED button. But you can reconfigure this button to enable Game Boost instead, but you have to also agree to Game Boost terms and service. There's also auto select channel, including DFS channels. That could be useful. Also select channel, utilize additional 5 GHz channel, greater bandwidth with less interference. This could be a useful button. Then there's also GeForce Now button, and I feel like what I'm going to assign the button to do though is act as the auto select channel, including DFS channels, just so we can hopefully improve bandwidth, because why not? As I've got the router set on the RGB wave effect, and I don't plan on changing that. I like that effect, so we're going to keep that one. And now it's asking us to give the router a login name as well as a password. The latest firmware is available. Highly recommend you update the firmware. Okay. Whilst this is updating, I guess, it actually has a wait time. About 3 minutes, it says. We can talk about the lovely new TechBlock hats that are coming out very soon. We are working on a brand new merch store, in case you didn't know. Kind of teased it a bit on Instagram and Snapchat and stuff on the old stories, but we are working on a brand new merch store. We got the first sample in of these embroidered hats, like a 3D printed logo, the TechBlock logo right there. It looks so good. Super happy with these hats so far. First sample in, and I'm loving them. So we're gonna have this one coming out, as well as I think a t-shirt, a hoodie, and maybe a mug as well. That's kind of like the goal. Turns out you can even link your Amazon ALEXA to your ASUS RGB router. And you can go ahead and ask your voice assistant to perform tasks like enabling the guest network, updating the firmware, or even pausing the internet. And there's a bunch more things here too. So you can reboot the router via your Amazon ALEXA, enable game mode, disable guest networks. Pretty cool that this router even has support for Amazon ALEXA, as well as if this then that support too. I can see right here that they actually give you a network ping averages as well as the ping deviation average. So we have an average of 0.6 milliseconds of ping deviation, and then the average ping apparently at the moment is around 11 milliseconds. So now that we've finally got all this configured, let's go ahead and actually run a speed test using the same BT ISP. The router is basically the same distance away as it was earlier, and okay, so this is by far the lowest ping that we've gotten. Always good to see, especially because this is a gaming router. It is actually kind of meant to reduce your goddamn ping, so pretty nice to see that we are actually dropping in ping. However, for the download speed, that's kind of dropped a little bit. I'm not sure if like someone else is on the Wi-Fi doing stuff, but the upload speed is, as always, terrible. But I don't think that's because of the router. That's because of my ISP being awful and providing me ADSL broadband in 2020. We don't have fiber here, guys. No fiber. Okay, to make this a slightly more fair test, I'm going to completely disable the Netgear Orbi router, as that router happens to be sitting very close to this ASUS router. So I'm going to disable that one, which will hopefully see, you know, a decrease in ping as well as an increase in hopefully download and upload speed, maybe a little bit. We are on the 2.4 gigahertz network though. What if we hop on the 5 gigahertz network? Should hopefully allow us to actually achieve higher speeds. I think that might have been the problem. That might have been the problem. 9 millisecond ping over the 5 gigahertz band, and yeah, switching to 5 gigahertz was definitely the right choice here. Lowest ping ever. Very good download speed, very consistent as well. This ain't jumping about or anything. This is steady. Okay, this is what we should have been doing the entire time. Stay on 5 gigahertz, not 2.4. As for the upload speed, it's gonna be terrible though, no matter what. No matter what, man. Like, if we could even get 1 megabit, that would be amazing. But will this happen? Absolutely not. Although, this is, I think, the best speed test we've gotten so far. So this speed test right here was run on the Netgear Orbi service, the Wi-Fi mesh, you know, 12 millisecond ping, not too bad. But I'm genuinely quite surprised that we managed to drop it to 9 millisecond ping. That's good. Bear in mind, I'm on like a potato ADSL connection here. Getting 9 millisecond ping, I didn't think was possible. I'm really quite surprised to see this ping drop by as much as 3 milliseconds. Like, that's insane. Just by switching to a 5 gigahertz band, you know, way better, way more stable connection. That's actually decent. That's actually decent. Because like 12 millisecond ping in general ain't bad. and dropping it down to 9 just by upgrading your router. For those of you watching that are potentially experiencing, way worse ping than this, and you have way more devices on your network, investing in this type of router could actually give you even more significant results in terms of like ping reduction and just improving your overall Wi-Fi connection in your home. This router clearly does a good freaking job, like no kidding. That's impressive ping. Bearing in mind that we are actually quite a distance away from the router as well. All right, it's the next day, we're back, and unfortunately I'm gonna have to end this video here because it's getting kind of long, but I guarantee you I will be making more videos about this router as it is genuinely impressive. Not only the RGB, of course, but the actual performance of it seems to be really good. The Wi-Fi performance really has surprised me. The fact that it's managed to lower my already pretty good ping down by like 3 milliseconds, man, that's impressive. This router genuinely seems to be working very well. One thing I want to make clear is that when I ran these speed tests on speedtest.net, I ran this router up against essentially the Orbi Wi-Fi mesh system, which I think is way more expensive than this router. Like, that is a high-end router. I have put 2 very high-end Wi-Fi systems up against each other, and the clear winner, in terms of ping at least, is this. Range ping, the 5 GHz band. So far, this is very impressive, and I will be putting it up against more gaming routers in the very near future, especially the Netgear XR500, which I do have in this apartment. So I think a future video that I will 100% be posting is this versus that Netgear router and seeing which one comes out on top. I kind of have my bets on this one, but we'll see what happens in the full comparison video. Anyway, this video is getting a bit too long, so I'm gonna have to probably end it here, but I would like to give a massive thank you to Asus ROG for sending this out to me to check out on the channel. It's actually an amazing router, very good performance so far, and of course, it has RGB. This is perfect, man. An amazing router, very good implementation of RGB as well. Like, just look at this thing. It's a nice router, man. Very thick antennas too. I approve of this thing. Alright guys, I want to get going. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in another video soon. Goodbye.